Good morning, folks. Quick video. This time about scooters. I had a request from Doug Joins, one of my customers, got quite a lot from my planes, and he mentioned he'd seen something about I used to have scooters. So I thought, oh, well, I'll make a quick video and explain. Starting with, these are mopeds. Mobilette. I've had 2 or 3 of those. I used to go work on one of those. This is a James motorcycle. Old, I had that. I haven't got any of these now. And then we come on to scooters. Now this is a very rare scooter. Sarah's just found a photograph of a Peugeot. I'm talking about when I was a teenager or early 20s. I got this one from London. It's the only one I ever saw, a Peugeot. But my favourites were the Motorumi. A lot of people haven't heard of Motorumi. They came from Italy at the same time as Lambretta and Vespas and all those. But again, they're a bit unusual. There's not many in the country. And I worked out some years ago, I had 16, but only 3 of them were runners. All the others were, non-starters. But I did have 16. I bet there's not 16 left in England. This is the last one I had. It was in mint condition. It was called a Little Ant Formicino. These scooters, the Motorumi, they made 3 models. They did make an earlier model, but I haven't got pictures of those. And these 3 models are called the Formicino, the T-Post Sport, and the Bold Door. And I had all 3 models. It got the name Bold Door because they raced at Bold Door for 3 years against other machinery up to, I think it was 175cc. These were 125s, and they won for 3 years running. So they called the top model the Bold Door. They're all the same shape, but this one has got 8-inch wheels, the Little Ant Formicino. The T-Post Sport and the Bold Door had 10-inch wheels, and they had different carburetors. The Little Ant had a small carburetor and standard bars. The T-Post Sport had a bigger carburetor and standard bars, and the Bold Door had twin carburetors and drop bars. I haven't got a picture of one of those, but I used to go to work on one. And all the bodywork was thick, some form of alloy, like aluminium, but I mean, it was really, really thick and they last forever. Even the silencers, which you can't see, was like a square box of alloy, and when it wanted decoking, you just took the bottom off and decoked it. The silencers, even they were made of alloy, whereas other scooters were made of steel, and sometimes you couldn't even clean them out. So I just absolutely adored them. Right, now, this is a picture of a Der Cop Diana, German. I bought one of those brand new in 1959. This is the second one I had, but it was exactly the same as this. It was the sport model, and they weighed 300 weight. Passed me test on one of those. This was an LD Lambretta, same period as the Roomies and the Der Cop. This was a very early one, and it was in mint condition. It was stunning, that was. And there's me yellow Roomie in the background. The other one was a Lambretta moped. Right, Oh, there's a nice shot of the front of the room here. Oh, let me explain. The engine was part of the frame. So this bit bolted onto the engine and the front section bolted onto the engine. And because they were thick alloy, there was virtually no vibration. You could stand a threepenny bit on the engine, and you can watch this on video somewhere, and rev it, and the threepenny bit wouldn't fall over. Very, very little vibration. Oh, there it is again. I wish I'd still got that one. It was a cracker. And they're about the only photographs I've got of the scooters.
Right. I've paused it.
Yeah, let me think what I've got to tell them about anything else.
I think you've told them everything.
Oh, I don't want. I'll tell them about the mixture.
Right.
The used to run on a mixture of 16 to 1, 16 parts petrol to 1 of oil. But the Roomy used to run on 8 to 1, twice the amount. And so it caused a lot of smoke coming out of the exhaust. And I was once sitting on my Roomy at a red traffic light, and unbeknown to me, there was a builder's lorry behind me. And when it went to green, I'd been sitting there revving the engine for a fair bit. And when it went to green, the lorry drove me at a later date when I met up with him somewhere, that he was behind me and he had to wait for me to pull through the cloud of smoke before he dared drive forward in case I hadn't moved. He couldn't see me. He could just see a pile of smoke. That's just one little tale.